everybody, and welcome to the WDW News Today Podcast. My name is Eric Morton. With me is Tom Corliss and his super sipper thing, or super thing sipper, I guess. Does it seltzer taste better coming out of things?
Yeah, it's on the rocks.
Oh, jeez. All right. We're off to a bad start. I don't even know what time it is because I think I left my watch in my golf bag yesterday. So it's, I don't know, 6:40.
Do you know where your children are?
You know what? This is, of all the days for me to have a day this long, this day's not a good one, right? The first Monday after the fall back, it feels like it's a
did we lose an hour?
No, we gained an hour.
We gained an hour. We went back. We fall back. So now it gets dark really early and you feel tired and you're like, hey, man.
Because it's fall.
Yeah.
Fall back.
Spring forward. Did you never get that?
Yeah.
No,
You didn't know that?
No, I was like, we gained, the way he's like, it's a bad day to get an extra hour of sleep. I was like,
No. It's a bad because it gets dark earlier and you feel more tired.
Seasonal
and your
depression.
You get seasonal whatever. And then I've been here, all day and it's now 6:45 and we have a meeting at 9 p.m.
We do have a 9 p.m. meeting,
I did get some golf in over the weekend. So that's what matters, right?
That's what matters.
I never get to do that. I never get to play. It was good. Except my watch is now in my golf bag. All right, guess what, everyone? Big moment. It's time for the Voices of Literacy.
Although I thought after we just watched a clip from one of my favorite things ever, which is the Pee-wee's Playhouse HBO special. And, of course, he has a segment called Pen Pals from Around the World.
Shalom, Pee-wee. My name is Shlomo. I'm 9 years old. I've already been in the Army for 2 years. Yeah, those are good days. All right, here we go.
If you want to read more about my country, check out the Bible.
Not sure if these are more individual questions or larger discussions, but had two items I was curious your opinions on. First, when did we standardize new lands with 2 or less rides? When Magic Kingdom opened, each land had multiple rides and attractions. It may have started with Galaxy's Edge, only having 2 rides, but now seems to be the norm, including the new Harry Potter land and Epic Universe, having only a single ride. That's part one of the question. We stop
Can
here.
I address that first?
Yeah.
The Magic Kingdom did not have lands with more than 2 attractions on opening day. Tomorrowland only had the Speedway and the Skyway on opening day. Adventureland had
Jungle Cruise.
Tiki Room. Oh, I guess it had a couple. Treehouse, Jungle Cruise, and Tiki Room. That's it. So 3.
Fantasyland.
One of those.
More.
Fantasyland had a bunch. The dark rides were cheaper. And then Frontierland on opening day was Country Bears and
the Mike Fink keelboats
and the riverboat. I actually think the keelboats were not opening; they were later. Don't quote me. Let's find out. Mike Fink. I think the keelboats and the canoes were not opening year. One moment. Oh no, they were. The keelboats were opening day.
Yeah.
Were the canoes opening day? Our island was later.
There what, 14 attractions on opening day, or is it 14 that remain from opening day?
Oh, it's less than that now. See, I always get confused because the island was not 71.
I do think it's sad, especially, I think especially with when they're talking about Epic Universe, when you go into Harry Potter and there's just one ride in there. Yeah, there's a show, but that is such a stunning land. To go into in this brand new theme park. I think the cool thing about that land is it makes the place feel endless, right? Like there's endless nooks and crannies to go around. You can get lost from there. There's nothing to do. Canoes were opening day. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess that's wrong. But I mean, like you're saying, the rides, but I hate to be that guy, but what was the investment in the Mike Fink keelboats and the canoes? I mean, you ordered boats and canoes and obviously they had to dig out the river, but
boats ain't cheap.
But like really the Country Bears was the only real indoor attraction in that land. So I mean, parks grow into it. I mean, Magic Kingdom definitely had more than several of these parks, but also the thing you got to remember about Magic Kingdom is they added stuff quick. So Flight to the Moon and Circle Vision are by the end of 71. If You Had Wings is summer of 72. Pirates is December of 73. Starjets is 74. Space Mountain, January. Space Mountain, People Mover, and Carousel Progress in the first 7 months of 1975. So they were opening capacity fast and furious.
Yeah.
So, but that's true. But why? So why today are there only 2 attractions in the land? I think it's twofold. I think number one is these single IP lands. There's only so many ideas in a single movie for an attraction. And I think the second thing is money. I think attractions cost more now because you don't get attractions that are the canoes or the Mike Fink keelboats. Like even like Mater's Junkyard Jamboree and Luigi's Flying Tires were both expensive for flat rides. So
Also, though, I think a lot more goes into theming a land than did back in the older days too, right? I mean, so for all my critique of the Battle at the Ministry and the whole Wizarding Paris, as we call it, they spent a mint on that place.
yeah.
Right? On the theming and the details and everything else, the scale. Where, look, you go to original Frontierland at Magic Kingdom, you could throw that's pretty cheap, right? In comparison.
Yeah.
I would say. So there's a much more investment goes into probably the environment than used to.
Yeah.
But it does kind of suck that you build a new land and you're like, oh, well, there's our requisite 2 attractions. We're done.
Yeah, and especially a whole new park where that's like all of them. That's rough. How do you open a theme park in 2025 and not think about how you actually are going to fit 40,000 people in it? I don't understand that at all. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how you're a mega corporation and you're just like, well, hope people like not enough to do for 40,000 people. And you think you're going to make money that way? You're going to lose money that way.
Also, there's part 2 here. Also, curious your opinion. Is there too much construction happening at once in Disney World? Excited about many of the updates, but having major construction happening in 3 of the 4 parks, including 2 separate projects in Hollywood Studios, are they sacrificing too much now for a better tomorrow? Thanks for the time. Love the content. Brian Walters. P.S. Long live News Tonight. Thank you, Brian.
What do you think?
Yes, there's too much going on, especially at Hollywood Studios. I think they could have easily, they could have shut down Rock and Roller Coaster last year and done the retheming of Rock and Roller Coaster, for instance, to move the Muppets there before they shut the Muppet stuff down. That's still not major construction, I would say, compared to like building a whole new. It's going to be a real quick turnaround, which leads me to believe it's probably going to suck. Right? It's probably going to be low quality.
I know
nothing.
Cheap. Nothing.
Magic Kingdom, I'm okay with Magic Kingdom because so much of that construction takes place out of, there's still lots to do in Magic. There's still lots to do in Magic Kingdom.
EPCOT was so bad because it was the middle.
Right.
Like it was so apparent that the place was being ripped apart. But look, like, I don't know, the entire time WDWNT has existed, I'm used to covering projects like this. So when we first started was the California Adventure reimagining. It was pretty much this. It was one whole park that was just walls, like whole lands were walled off. It was way more than any of these. And then think about just the end of the last decade. EPCOT and Studio, like Galaxy's Edge, Toy Story Land, and all of EPCOT. And Pandora, like that was a nice stretch of time, all of those. So it was...
Pandora was pretty disruptive, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
the Anteaters went away for like 5 years. They're like, it's too loud. Keep us inside. But keep the ants coming.
I like aggressive construction. I will say my daily commute has been impacted by construction for how long?
Yeah.
Going through all the road construction that they're doing by the Grand Floridian and the Poly. There's construction all over there. And then I like the idea of we're building this thing and it will never be finished. I went to Fort Wilderness if you watched our live streams, thank you. We live streamed 2 consecutive nights on Instagram and on Facebook. That there's a lot of construction going on there, right, with the meadow, the whole meadow pool and all that. But also you get to where they're building the Lakeshore Lodge, and it's infuriating what it looks like. And I can't imagine how disruptive that is for the noise and stuff for all the horses that live right there. And, that sucks.
It
And
ruins the Ford experience. Now, I know obviously you have to deal with construction in order to grow. But it's really more painful when the growth is not wanted. No one wants that hotel. There is not someone coming to Disney World like, I'm so excited for that hotel. Look, I think once it's open, that's a beautiful spot. I mean, that view out onto Bay Lake with the Contemporary and all that in the distance is going to be a magnificent view. It's going to be a hideous building in the wrong spot. But these weird, very modern dystopian cabins, though, I don't know how I feel about the triangle cabins. The Illuminati cabins, as I'm calling them.
I'm concerned about, like we've talked about this a lot, but Fort Wilderness in general, because I think there's no group of like regular Disney World vacationers more dedicated and more probably long-serving than that Fort Wilderness
They're
crowd.
a community.
It's a whole community.
There's
and those
no
people
other
are
Disney
universally
resort in the
upset with
world
this.
that can say they have a community of guests. There is like a interconnected community of people who have become lifelong friends and all stay at one Disney resort and have like built their own world in there.
This is the opposite of EPCOT, right? It is not engineered by man. This is an organic living thing, this community of Fort Wilderness people who, and I don't know who told you about it or if you'd seen it somewhere else, but when we were touring all these campsites, there was a tent that was like set up like a mausoleum. There was an area, a campsite set up like the Haunted Mansion. And it was the things in the mausoleum were all the things that have been taken away from Fort Wilderness.
That's how many things Fort has, and it's all the little, like I think there's restroom buildings that were demolished at one point in there.
But there's things like free fast pass for guests.
I know about that because they are there every year. So I've seen that before. They just keep adding more plaques onto the mausoleum every year. A lot of it's Fort, though. There's a lot of weird little Fort things that are listed in there. So they're pretty hardcore. But I think you use the word organic. There are some things where guests organically create magic at these Disney resorts around the world. I think we saw it with what was meant to be a kid's show in Japan, Jamboree Mickey, where full-grown adults learned the choreography and hijacked the show. It's an amazing thing. This is another one of those magic things where guests over 50-something years of Disney World's history like made the Fort their home for stretches of time every year and became like friends and family and a community and built traditions, the golf cart parades, the decorating, all of these things.
These things became so big organically that Disney could not help but have to allow them and embrace them in some way.
And they should embrace them.
Yes.
They're fun. They're not things that impede the guest experience in any way. They're things that should be embraced.
But I'm so glad that Disney didn't start creating their own thing. They let this be a guest-driven type of environment.
Yeah.
And that's part of what makes Fort Wilderness so special.
It's the magic.
The way I say it's the anti-EPCOT is because EPCOT was like, we're going to plan this thing and we're going to show people how they're going to live their lives. Yeah. And what happened at Fort Wilderness is that the people came in and they're like, we're going to take this thing and we're going to make it into something that's human, that you can't engineer. It's the opposite of something that's engineered.
I'm going to find a way to book 6 months of the year here.
Right. That's a Fort thing, right? You used to be able to book for more than 30 days at a time, and now you can't.
They still figure it out. They just move campsites, or they all life finds a way at Fort Wilderness. It's magic, and it's a shame that the last 5-ish years have just been one blow after another. The loss of Trails End and the loss of the cabins that look like cabins, and the river country being demolished for a giant tower hotel that looms over the settlement. Yeah, it's rough watching Fort die a little bit.
But to the question about construction going on and change, which is inevitable, there is construction going on. The Grand Floridian is still doing construction. It's nearing a completion, hopefully. Yeah. Not even to mention the road work outside. The Polynesian, all that, the guard shack and the new parking lot and all of that is connected to this road and infrastructure stuff under construction. Yeah. Contemporary, I think, has completed a major renovation recently.
But the road
Fort
work around Magic
Wilderness.
Kingdom, are we? Is this a 10-year project? Have we? Because
big.
it started.
big.
It started with the flyovers
Yeah,
out by the toll plaza.
correct.
That was phase 1, and then they removed the speedway and all. God, that was so long ago already.
Now that you can see that
But now
giant
it's like on to
traffic
the
circle
next
taking shape
phase.
way off in the woods, they
Yeah.
had to destroy parts of the golf course. I mean, there is so much going on. That is the least disruptive construction that's going on when you think of what's happening in the parks, though, right? Walls everywhere, all this going on. It might be too much. I don't know. I don't know. The real question is it worth it? And I think
I hope it is. I hope the future for Disney World is bright. I hope there's more guests and there's more money to do bigger and bolder things. I would like that. I would like those things to be things I agree with, but it's inevitably not going to be.
that's why I like Cruise Line. They build it somewhere else, and then it just sails in, and you get to experience it.
If you don't like it, it's the wish. You're like, I'm not going on that one. Go away.
It's great.
I just don't have to go on that one. That's all. I do have to take Rosanna on it, though. She has to see it.
Thank you for your question. If you want to send in questions to the Voices of Literacy, Eric at WDWNT.com, because I'm not sure if Jason ever finished setting up the podcast at WDWNT.com.
I'm gonna take a wild guess he did
Maybe
not.
he did. Two people will complain in the comments that we take forever to get to the show, but we have to do Weird Snack Time.
This is
It's
my
not
last.
weird. Again, it's just foreign.
This is my last European thing. That trip that trip ended a month ago now. I have one more Cadbury Dairy Milk. Again, we were told to please get Cadbury Dairy Milk, and we tried the regular and we tried Oreo, which was life changing. But my favorite thing ever, probably the reason I have Delta status, is Biscoff. Biscoff, that's what it is. Yeah.
We should
Axel
have-
1 year for Christmas or my birthday got me Biscoff like cookie butter.
We should do an airline battle, because you have Delta with their Biscoff, but you have United with their Stroopwafels. That would be a real battle.
Biscoff.
Stroopwafel.
Does the Stroopwafel have a Cadbury Dairy Milk
I don't know.
bar?
Someone will have
Is
to
there
tell me.
Stroopwafel butter for you to spread on things?
Someone will have to tell me.
Biscoff is like a brand of dessert now. Like it's a thing. But this is a Dairy Milk Lotus Biscoff.
Everything's
So
going
this
to taste
one,
good now.
this isn't a filling. It's like cookie bits
Oh,
in there. Yeah.
wow.
I do think the Oreo is better though. They're both 7s. This is, if you're in the mood for something a little more subtle, I like that it just adds like a Biscoff cookie crunch to an already delicious candy bar.
It's a 7.
Yeah.
I mean,
It did reseal.
I like
Not
the
really.
idea. I like the Biscoff better
Oh, it
than
did
an
stick.
Oreo, but I think the Oreo works better with the dairy.
Man, they're living in
Milk
like
was-
2037 and it kind of resealed. Why don't we have that? Because Americans eat the whole candy bar at once. That's why. Certainly not me.
Do you have any trick or treaters?
Nope. I was
We're
home,
even home.
I was homesick.
I think we had 3. It's depressing. They all come here to Celebration. Every kid within a 20-mile radius is like, screw this neighborhood. I'm going to Celebration.
They're giving out gold bars. Of course you got to come to Celebration.
I got a
Yacht.
Bitcoin.
The kid's like, and the sad kids, I got a king-size Kit Kat. That's the sad one. That's the worst thing he got all night.
They're throwing eggs at that house. All I got was a full-size Kit Kat.
Yeah, Fabergé.
Katie, did you have trick-or-treaters at your apartment?
No.
No.
They threw Fabergé eggs at the house. And that is the celebration joke of the week. My favorite News Tonight joke, one of my favorite News Tonight jokes of all time was, I think it wasn't even a written joke. I think I just said, oh yeah, I think it was Halloween. I said, oh yeah, it's the one night of the year they let the pores in. Anyway, It's true, though. People just drive from all over to trick or treat in a whole different neighborhood.
We were warned. We've been warned for years since we moved here. Like on Halloween, leave the office early because there are traffic jams.
Only if you're going that way, though.
I don't know.
Going home,
There's
I was
traffic
fine.
everywhere.
That way was fine.
We left at 3:30 just to.
It used to be worse before Jeter Bend disbanded.
What is Jeter Bend?
It went on a lot of television shows. It was a ton of houses that worked together to create dancing lights and
They had. So Katie's talking about apparently Jeter Bend had a series of houses that worked together to have a dancing light display.
Do you remember
that
on
caused
the main
traffic.
drag coming in, there used to be a house. I don't know if it still is. They would cover the entire house in planking. It looked like a pirate ship.
yes,
Yes, you remember that.
that ended up moving to East Village.
Okay, they moved. Did they sail to East Village? The whole house.
And then it moved to the Mirage.
Imagine a 2-story house and they cover it with planking with like cannons sticking
Treasure
out of. Yes.
What's the Treasure Island's the one with the pirate show?
Yeah.
You know it's coming back. Did you see that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of excited. Vegas is trying to save themselves. They're like bringing a bunch of stuff, and the Dragon Show is coming back to the Excalibur.
The head of MGM came out and said we went too far on pricing. Like heard. We know
Yeah.
that. We know that, and they're talking about like I guess there was a story of MGM having a $22 bottle of water, which is funny because I had the $22 water
Kit
and a
Kat
Kit
in the
Kat.
water, yeah.
So
No, it's bad. I love Vegas, but the pricing is. People complain about Disney World. It's not even in the same stratosphere.
no.
Not even in the
Oh
same.
no, the stratosphere is cheap. It's the rest of Vegas. That's not
You know, it's the Strat.
Strat.
The Strat. I still want to go do the
Bob
rides on the
Stupak.
Strat. I haven't been allowed.
He used to have his name on it, but I don't know if it's still Bob Stupak. Bob Stupak. It's like Bob Chapek, but Bob Stupak. He was like a millionaire. He wanted to put his name on everything. He built the Strat.
And then he became president.
No, different guy.
Oh.
Different
He said
guy.
someone else put their name on everything. Oh, come on. That was his thing before he was in
true.
politics.
That's true.
Come on. I grew up in New York. Sorry, we're used to seeing the Trump name on everything.
Right.
It was a thing. You go
Like
to
a
Atlantic
Wonka
City.
bar. It's a Wonka bar. You stole my Trump bar.
That was
All
my
right.
only memory of Atlantic City is just seeing that name in lights 50 times
Yeah.
in Atlantic City.
All right. So, want to get to the topic? You want to explain
Or do
today's
you want
topic?
to just eat more Cadbury?
I would
Dairy
love to
Milk
just sit here and eat more Dairy Milk Biscoff bars.
This show brought to you by Cadbury Dairy Milk Biscoff Bars. We should just start importing anything we like advertise and then sell it to people. That's what these podcast people do. We're not good at the grifting that all the other podcasts do.
Folks, doing a podcast takes a lot of energy. Unfortunately, a lot of these energy drinks out there these days, they're unhealthy. But you know what's not? Dairy Milk Biscoff bars from Cadbury. They give you that creamy milk chocolate, but the good kind from Europe. Add that to the Biscoff straight off of your Delta Airlines flight, and you have a delicious treat that also gives you energy and is healthy and safe and clean. And I wouldn't eat it if it weren't safe and clean. Isn't that right, Tom?
Yes.
So go to the wherever you get your fine groceries and get a Dairy Milk Biscoff bar from our friends at Cadbury and tell them that Eric and Tom sent you. You'll be glad you did. All right.
You're in a mood today.
I've been here.
You're Eric.
Eric.
You're ridiculous.
I got here early enough today that I set off the alarm. And our thing is not very loud, so I didn't realize I had set off the alarm until it really set off. And all I had today was a bagel.
I had to be at Animal Kingdom at like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's been a long day.
Not to brag, but usually when I go to Animal Kingdom, I'm at the birthday party for a tiger.
I did miss that when I was in Europe. I missed the tiger birthday party.
Old Boxo. He and I go way back to before he even turned 1. All right.
I put that in the wrapped up videos, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
That's one of
Thank
these
you.
today.
Thank you. A lot going on out there, Tom. And we talk a lot about construction and changes in the parks and attractions that have come and gone. Is that what you want to talk about for today's show?
Well, this has been, I would dare say this year we lost the most classic attractions in one calendar year, at least in the time I've been doing this. the Riverboat and Tom Sawyer Island and Muppet Vision, and we're going to lose Dinosaur and Rock and Roller Coaster, or at least current Rock and Roller Coaster, and there's a lot. There's a lot. So I thought, especially in this,
At least on the bright side, we lost Pizza Rizzo.
you're going to anger some people.
Everyone's going to be mad because there's like a larger than it should be group of people in society who love Pizza
I mean, the
Rizzo.
dance room was cool. I have a soft spot for it because we announced it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, play into that story a little bit. But
If it meant keeping Muppet Vision 3D, I would keep Pizza Rizzo for another 10, 15 minutes.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously, if we had to keep Pizza Rizzo to keep Muppet Vision, I've literally said to people the last couple, like Disney Channel music from the 2010s will play, and I'll say, man, I used to complain about Disney Channel Rocks and High School Musical, Pep Rally, and the Sorcerer's Hat, and all, and I'm like, I would take all of that back to have Great Movie Ride and all those things back in that park. I would live with all of that junk again, just to have those things. I didn't realize how good we had it.
You're a sentimental guy, Tom.
Yeah. Go buy
Just
pins.
look at him. You
I
can
miss
tell.
buying pins under a giant steel hat.
If there's one thing that we miss, it's all the pin buying that was available back in the day. Because you can't find them anymore.
Jason finds a way.
Jason finds a way. Boom, 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 boom.
So the idea today is, in this day and age, it seems like everything's there's a lot closing at Disneyland too. You have the Monsters Inc. ride, or DCA, the Monsters Inc. ride is going away, and we lost the red car trolley. It's just a lot of things. And Tokyo Disneyland, I mean, literally leveled most of their Tomorrowland, got rid of the original Space Mountain. They showed concept art of most of their Adventureland being completely demolished. So it's a crazy time. So I wanted to talk about, I thought, an endangered attraction list. Like, what do we think are the things at the Disney parks that are probably next in line after this current swath of expansion? Like, what's the next group of things that's days are numbered?
Number one, Magic Carpets of Aladdin.
I'm with you on that. I think its time is come.
For better or worse, I think it's gone. That thing, have they ever fixed that one vehicle, or is it still covered with a tarp? Every time I go, it's covered with a
I
tarp.
think they got to it. I
I
don't know.
think they got to it.
I think it's actually a different one every time you go, if I'm being honest. I don't know that it's always the same one. I think there's always just one interrupt. I can't believe that thing survived Walt Disney Studios Paris becoming Disney Adventure World. Somehow that thing survived. Like, and if you think ours is bad, oh man, you have no idea. Imagine like trying to theme that to a movie set. It's hideous. It's a hideous beast there. I can't believe it survived there, but it's survived somehow here. And I think the problem is the footprint is so small. What do you put there other than a garden or a rest area? Or I mean, we talked about
do you
what we would
retheme the sort of Arabian stuff? I don't know.
We'd have to lose that really cool Zanzibar Trading Company sign, which has the boats that go around. I do like that sign. But
It's a great sign.
yeah,
you
so
could put in a little pagoda there with like a picnic shelter with an orange bird meet and greet, and there you go.
what did we do in our? We just reimagined Adventureland.
Yeah.
We did something similar to that. I think that would be the right thing to do. It's out of place. It doesn't make sense. I think Aladdin, the same way Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid were itching for the longest time to have full-blown e-ticket attraction. That Mermaid, you could still argue, maybe doesn't. Look at Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast at Tokyo Disneyland. Look at Be Our Guest Restaurant and Enchanted Tales with Belle at Magic Kingdom. Look at the Mermaid. Like, we still haven't gotten that. And Aladdin made a ton of money. It's a beloved movie. Like, why has that one not, other than like Lion King, other than stage shows, why has it not gotten the love it probably deserved? That is a big, evergreen, super powered IP to not have some. I think the Morocco Pavilion at EPCOT is begging for something.
Yeah, it stands to reason that would be. Yeah, I don't know where you would put it. Is there room back there in the pad?
I want to say there's a pad next door.
Yeah, I just think it's a crappy ride. It doesn't
It's just a
feel right
spinner.
where it is. It's just, another one of these. We've already gotten rid of Triceratops Spin.
Yeah.
We've
With no
got two
replacement.
Dumbo rides here. We don't need another one of these like spinning things.
At least Astro
You've also
Orbiter
got
has a
Astro
reason
Orbiter.
to exist, right?
Right, it's cool
like
views.
up in the air. Like
Yeah.
it's totally different for what it is.
Yeah. Aladdin, I mean, I don't know. They could get rid of
Oh yeah, there's a nice big plot
Is there?
between Japan and Morocco.
Okay.
There's what's supposed to be another pavilion. It's right
All
there.
right, we'll put something there.
I think it'd be great.
Would you want like a physical dark ride of some kind or some kind of what about a simulator? It's kind of like riding a Banshee, but you're riding a magic carpet. That might be fun. Cave of Wonders.
I really
attraction.
want like a big. Here's my idea. You ready for this idea?
Yeah.
Okay. Suspended ride like Peter Pan,
Okay.
but if people are afraid to ride the suspended one, there's a boat ride underneath, and you go through some of the same scenes.
double ride.
from 2 different vantage points.
2 rides in one.
That's my idea. So
Orange
you
and
make,
green.
You make the carpet one slightly thrilling, like it's not just straight Peter Pan. Like you have it like do some light dips. Not enough that you have to have a high height.
Because someone's
requirement.
afraid to ride Peter Pan.
No, but not enough where you have to have a high height requirement, but enough to where is a slight thrill, like I don't know, like a low level thrill ride for families, a family thrill ride, if you will. And then if people don't like that or don't reach the height requirement, people can go on the little boat ride version and ride through some of the scenes. And the inspiration for that is kind of the Tangled ride at Disney Sea, where it's not very long, but it's better than riding nothing. And so I think like you had a short version that the people that either
That is
are
the
afraid,
motto of the park.
No,
it's better
but like-
ride nothing.
But think about like the whole big scene of A Whole New World. They fly over water anyway.
Yeah.
So you have the boat travel through that part and past these big scenes that are also going to be visible from the
Just make it 2
from the
different rides.
elevated ride. I think you can make it work. I think it'd be pretty fun. Something for everybody.
What is your opinion on the Swiss Family Treehouse?
It needs to go.
Needs to go? Yeah. How disruptive would that construction be to the already narrow walkway in Adventureland?
I guess for a minute. But man, we talked about in our reimagining of Adventureland. We talked about getting rid of that, and there's actually people are like, you can't fit Mystic Manor there. I'm like, yeah, you can. It's not a giant building. There's room. You got to remember, it's not just the Swiss Family Treehouse. You cross a bridge to the treehouse. So there's the waterway that was for the swan boats that goes around that. There's also the tree line berm. You have a lot of room to play with over there. I think the treehouse has to be next. It's an antiquated thing. I think it deserves to live on at other Disney parks. I think at Disneyland it is one of my favorite things ever. Please leave it. I love the one in Paris with the views from the top of Adventure Isle. As long as those two survive, I'm good. Obviously, Tokyo's getting rid of theirs relatively soon. But I think because it's reached a point where no one knows what it is. And look, I love it, but it's valuable real estate.
I would like to get rid of. People are gonna get mad.
People are gonna get mad at
Mission
all of
Space.
People are going to get mad about Mission. People have been saying that since August 16th.
I think there are people that still like having that there, and I just think I don't know that there's a huge footprint to do something amazing there, but there's enough space to do something cool. And you're not gonna put a giant roller coaster there. You're not gonna,
Horizons was one of the biggest
Yes,
attractions.
but
they've ever
Horizons was
built.
like a much bigger structure than.
Yeah, but that's the spot. You just knock down the building and start.
Yeah, I guess.
Mission Space needs to go. Here's the thing: is we're doing the endangered. What we'd like to go is maybe slightly different. Do
Okay.
I think?
Do you think they have
Mission
the appetite
Space
to
is
get rid of it?
close to gone? No, because I think it was only a couple of years ago where they dumped a little more money in to try to fix it. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is with Mission Space, and I don't know that they're itching, and I don't know that they have a space IP. If Elio had hit, maybe, but
Do you think, and I don't want to, it sounds like I'm sort of relitigating our discussions about redoing the Magic Kingdom. With the addition of Monstropolis, is it a little redundant to have like the Monsters, Inc. laugh floor in the Magic
that's
Kingdom?
absolutely on the endangered list.
Do you think it's on the endangered
It has
list?
to be. It has to be. Laugh Floor has got to be on its way out.
All right. Want to hack any more? Do we think any other Epcot attractions are in mortal danger right
Well,
now?
if we go back to Magic Kingdom for a second,
Okay.
This is a weird one, but I just have like a weird sinking feeling about this one. Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Toad's Revenge.
I think they'll do something different with Winnie the Pooh. It's a very powerful IP, and it's made that and Stitch have made a big comeback the last couple years, and I love both of those franchises. So I'm like, yeah, cool. That Winnie the Pooh ride's a little long in the tooth. It's not everything it could be. I would like to see, and it kind of feels a little out of place with everything around it at this point. So I think, when they did New Fantasyland, it was a little too soon. There was still a relatively young attraction, so they like fixed the facade and they added the interactive queue, and there's something I don't know. Every time I go in there now, I'm like, I just feel like something's telling me this is on the chopping block. I don't know what. But all this Pooh merchandise, and I don't know that they have an attraction that really pushes it all into a guest's hands.
Yeah, I would like to, see Toad get his revenge personally.
Trackless Mr. Toad ride. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Mr. Toad's Runaway Railway. Goofy. We find out Goofy was the conductor of the train that killed us and sent us to hell.
Yeah. Hey, folk.
Hey, picnickers. I killed a toad on the way in.
Yup.
Hey, Max, I ran over a frog.
What about, do we all agree Tomorrowland Speedway has to be on the endangered list?
It has. I feel like that's been on the endangered list my entire life, and it somehow keeps surviving. Famously, the original Tron plan had that not staying. And then at the last minute, someone fought for capacity. They're like, we need this.
I just think, they're not going to do anything before Villains and Cars,
No.
right? But I just think that is such a primo piece of, like, I don't want to call it virgin land, but there's not a whole lot of demo required there. You get a nice big plot of land to do amazing things with. Yeah. And that thing, look, I realize everybody is going to post a picture of them and their grandpappy in there on the Tomorrowland Speedway.
But that's what they could do on the new Cars ride.
Yeah. Yeah, do it on a new Cars ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of this thing. And I do believe it is actually endangered.
That's got it. I think that's been number one on the list since my childhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we done with Magic Kingdom, you think? Is there anything else on the endangered list? Maybe a show, no, Enchanted Tales with Belle isn't going anywhere.
No. The only
Hall of Presidents
the only thing I'm kind of
going anywhere.
Worried about is Storybook Circus.
Oh, Disneyland?
No, Storybook Circus.
I'm sorry, I was thinking of Storybook Land Canals. Okay.
No, God.
Yeah,
no,
I don't
forever.
Storybook Circus doesn't connect with me, so
well, it's
I'd be
meant
fine
for
to get rid of it.
kids, but I think they don't take care of that splash pad, the Casey Jr. Splash and Soak, which breaks my heart because that's one of my favorite characters. So they don't get the most utilization out of that. There's a meet and greet tent in the back. There's a big old store that they don't really show that they care about anymore. I think there's a need for a kiddie coaster, for a kid's first roller coaster. I don't know that it needs to be the Barnstormer. I think there are creative solutions to that.
I don't think it's endangered.
I don't know.
Too much going on.
I don't know, but Tron ruined the sight lines, and I don't know. It would be.
It's going to be a decade before they do anything with Storybook Circus. I mean, look, how long is it going to? It's going to take them for Magic Kingdom's going to be torn apart forever.
Well, this is stuff after Villains. We're not saying tomorrow, but this is the next wave.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like
I think anything that is on our endangered list that's in Magic Kingdom probably has a reprieve until this other stuff is finished. Just because they can't diminish ride capacity. So, all right. So move to EPCOT. We talk about Mission Space.
Figment.
I mean, Figment. Oh, man,
has to be.
I'm
giving them till Expo. If we don't hear a Figment announcement at the next Expo, I'm waging war.
We fight.
Man. We put on our orange wings and we ride at dawn.
They have to do something.
It's time. This attraction is embarrassing.
And I think it has to be something. The problem is I think it has to be something big, right?
Yeah.
They've been through their third iteration of this. There has to be a new
There's
something
no room to
groundbreaking. right? This
room
is
to fail.
Figment is the mascot of the park.
He's kind of the
Figment
mascot
is-
of Disney World.
Yeah.
At this point,
Like,
look at all this merchandise. They're making so much money off of him, but they refuse to invest in the character. Imagine how much more money you could make if that character was connected to a ride people liked.
so while we're doing this big project of revamping or leveling or whatever we're doing with Figment, let's assume that the Pixar shorts
Oh, the whole
is
building.
endangered.
The whole
right?
building's in danger.
Yeah, the whole building. All right.
Keep the building, please. Don't knock down the building. But I think everything in said building, ImageWorks, Journey to Imagination, Film Festival, those are all in danger.
I assume we think that the Seas with Nemo and Friends, Living with the Land, Soarin' are all safe from everything except minor overlays. Is that?
From our rumor days, there's a very infamous post, which was we had been told within I think it was the 10-year plan for EPCOT, that the land and seas were not going to make it. That's obviously a different regime and a different time. I think Living with the Land's pretty safe now. I think in the last 5 years, that's developed such a fandom. And you know what saved Living with the Land is there are now monetization opportunities. There's that holiday tour, and people legitimately come to EPCOT during the holiday season
For the
to
overlay.
ride Living with the Land glimmering greenhouses. They're safe. You know what's not safe is upstairs. Well, it's up and downstairs. Awesome Planet.
Yeah.
That did not work. Epcot purist. I like the idea that they're like, oh, we're going to refresh the films at Epcot and we're going to make a film that has no IP. We're replacing an IP film with a non-IP film. And I was like, yeah. And then I saw it and went, no. What did you
Stock
do?
footage. I think also I don't know. Living with the Land, the thing about that overlay that I like is the same thing I like about Fort Wilderness, is it feels organic and natural. It doesn't feel corporate, right? It feels like it's done with love and care by people who just decided to do it.
That's how it started. They
And
just
so-
did it.
So that's something we cannot lose. Now, Spaceship Earth just reopened after refurbishment. And of course, there was the 2020 scheduled refurbishment of the whole thing, and
The multi-year.
at some point they have to bring it up to standard. So I don't know.
I don't know what
I don't
they're
know what it's gonna
dragging
be.
their feet on.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be.
But it needs it. Like, I know people were excited that the figures got fixed up, but the lighting, I don't know. I wrote it 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and the lighting was decimated. It was terrible. It just makes me sad. Makes me very sad. I think that version of Spaceship Earth is definitely on the endangered list. I think it gave them a couple more years of life, but I think the day must come. Project Tomorrow has got to be endangered.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's still functioning. That's unbelievable. You know what? I'm going to make another controversial one. You ready for my controversial one? Communicore Hall.
No, they're not touching it for a
I
while.
think they'll reinvent that at some point.
They might put something inside the main part of it.
Yeah,
Something in that big
I think something
lounge. What do you call that? Flex area? Flex
It's flex space. It's Communicore Hall.
Ballroom, whatever it is.
I think something's going to have to happen. I think they've gotten such bad feedback on it. Although I think there's been several events where they've got effective use. Goofy Core did what it needed to. Kids were inside playing in the air conditioning. I love the Broadway exhibit was fantastic. Excited that's coming back again. Gingerbread Spaceship Earth is great. They could really afford to do some more in that space, though, other than some sponsored
Do not make
Christmas
us eat
trees.
the panels again.
And we joked they were made of actual Lucabon.
Yeah,
They were
not good.
terrible. Terrible. A couple weeks away.
I think out of World Showcase, the China film has to be at the top of the list.
And it's going to break my heart because that's my absolute favorite piece of theme park schlock currently at Disney World. That is quintessential, like, lost Epcot. That is the Epcot we used to have. It's an educational film that tries to be entertaining, maybe doesn't quite get there. It is the most quotable thing.
Oh yeah,
A painting in every. What is it? A
poem in every painting.
and a painting in every poem. The Suzhou of the East.
It may be said. Whatever. I love it. I think that's probably got to go.
The mighty Yangtze River.
I mean, they probably don't even have to take it down.
So
they probably the next day just throw up the new film.
Recap of history for those who I'm sure someone's screaming at their computer or phone right now. They did announce a new film. It was going to be the first ever seamless circle vision 360 film for China. It was announced. It was previewed at the EPCOT experience. Remember that, kids? Full of all sorts of things that
from
never
that make it
Guardians
and harmonious.
Guardians and well, it made it temporarily. Well, Guardians and Remy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harmonious didn't live. Mary Poppins didn't happen. Festival Pavilion didn't happen. Play Pavilion didn't happen. Yeah. None of that happened. China film didn't. More things.
Was a work of fiction.
More things in the preview center didn't happen than did happen, and one of the 3 things that did happen didn't make it. Bob Chapek, we miss you, man. What a time. What a project. The reimagining of EPCOT, the magic of possibility. Oh man. They said it was possible. They didn't say it was probable. The Play Pavilion. They built half the thing and then we're like, nah. They built, it was installed, and they just went, no,
we're good.
Can we just take it back out? And the guy's like hanging the thing up. He's like, what? Like, I was going to hang it.
Imagine if we finished building our museum here, which cost a tiny fraction of what that cost. And we finished, and like Jason is hanging his last little sign. And then we looked at it and we said, this is so bad that we're just never going to let anyone come here. We're just canceling the whole thing. We would never do that. Okay, thing.
Oh, I'm lightheaded from laughing. I laughed too. The Play Pavilion. This is the last piece. Guys, we're not doing it. What?
Can I please turn it on to see it all work
and they
at
did,
the same
and
time?
Like, oh, look, it's lit. People looked over the edge. It's like, it's lit. It's happening. And then it's like, no.
Never mind.
They did turn it. They're like, I'm at least going to turn it on once.
Can I please turn it on
And he
once?
left it on. They just walked out and left the whole thing on. Someone came, Josh Tomorrow comes in the electric bill. He's like, what is this?
It's like when you see people build those hotels out of ice in these foreign countries and it just lasts through the winter and melts, except that lasted longer than the Play Pavilion that cost hundreds of millions of dollars.
God.
My God. What are we doing?
These are the stories that 10, 15 years from now when new fans are coming in. You're going to tell these stories, they could be like, what? What happened?
I remember looking at all of the stuff for the Play Pavilion, watching the videos, looking at the concept art, everything, and being like, that's going to suck, right? And someone was like, no, it will not suck. It will be amazing.
I think it was a victim of timing. You know, a bunch of hands-on interactive experiences in the midst of a pandemic where people were like, you know, and especially in the beginning of the pandemic, like, don't touch anything.
But if only Disney had a place with a bunch of hands-on, like technology exhibits that they could have used. And
well, the problem is now EPCOT is, you could tell EPCOT needs more family stuff because Guardians happened. So that whole side is Test Track and Guardians and Mission Space. And the idea of Play Pavilion was people could take the kids into like a place for a couple hours while the rest of the family did all the thrill rides, and the kids would have a great time. But since that didn't happen, so that didn't happen, and Mary Poppins didn't happen, which was a flat ride. It was a spinner inside. So you lost all that family capacity. So now what's happened is what was, I don't really feel intended to ever happen, which was Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is now being treated like an e-ticket. The wait times are nuts. And it's not really meant to be that. But there's so little for
Family
kids
stuff.
to do,
No,
or
they're
that's
like,
worth doing, like, because Figment's not.
okay, Billy, we're going to teach you how to do a shot we're going to go back in a World Showcase and we're going to order shot. Do you like sake?
You get the real shots. You pour like a Kool-Aid jammer in his little, like, it comes with, you sell it with the little passport book, the little kids at World Showcase passport book.
He's got to do a
tiny
different
shot.
Kool-Aid jammer. In China, Kool-Aid jammers taste like this. And you do all the different ones for the different countries all around the world. And at the end, you get a prize, and it's a toothpick holder.
It's yuzu Kool-Aid jammer in Japan. And in the UK, it's like potato. Potato Kool-Aid jammer. I don't know, something with beans.
Yeah, beans and toast Kool-Aid jammer.
The Kool-Aid man comes, oh no!
Oh no!
Oh.
For my 21st birthday, I actually had one of the EPCOT passports, and I went around and wrote down everything I drank.
For your Katie's saying for her 21st birthday, she got the little kid's passport, but she wrote down all the drinks she had that she liked in World Showcase. It's not the intent of the book, but
This is the Katie who once on the Marathon Show reviewed all of the Shirley temples on the monorail loop.
how times have changed.
Now she's chronicling all her boozing in Epcot Kids Passport. They grow up so fast, Tom. I'm sorry. Getting a little
We're
choked
just
up.
so proud.
I'm just so proud to see what's happened with Katie.
Oh man! Remember that time we drank at every country in World Showcase and then rode Mission Space? Remember
On
that?
Orange? Yes, I do.
That's a man versus part. You can go watch that. That was something. That was something.
We didn't do it with Katie, though.
No, she was too young.
She was 17 when that video came out.
No, I was 18.
I'm sorry,
Still
she was
couldn't
18.
drink.
She'd like me to clarify. All right. Anything else from Epcot? It's getting too long in the tooth. I mean, can we... I'd like to suggest maybe the Beauty and the Beast sing-along.
I know I hate that, but I think they're.
I think it's going to stay because
Yeah.
why not?
So
When I keep
originally,
stuff I hate.
again, back to the rumor age. Originally, Impressions de France was going to have a farewell run, and there was going to be a new France Pavilion film. I think that's a terrible idea. People love Impressions, and it barely runs to begin with now. So just
It is my favorite
just
film at
leave it.
Epcot.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
a beautiful
the score.
film. Leave
oh
it.
my God.
Leave it be. Yeah. I mean, if you want to like remaster it and maybe film, well, they did. They went HD. If you want to like refilm a couple scenes so there's not like some of the material that's in there, like the guy with the cigarette and all of that. If you want to go refilm like 2 or 3 scenes, be my guest. But otherwise, you have to leave Impressions.
He's like that kid in South Park, the La Resistance. What was the guy's name in South Park movie? He's like the leader of La Resistance. He's smoking a cigarette. Oh, never mind. Anyway, so do we move on to Hollywood Studios now?
Sure. What's left at Hollywood Studios to get rid of?
I mean, stuff that people
I
love.
would put
It's
Indiana
done
Jones.
spectacular. That's a lot of real
It's
estate.
not. You know what? I don't
a
think
lot of real
Indy.
estate.
I really don't think Indy's going anywhere.
A lot of real estate,
I
Tom.
do think Beauty and the Beast. I think
Yeah, it
we're
has
getting
to. It's pretty
Indy.
rough.
I think is holding on. Beauty and the Beast. I think the time is coming.
And I don't know how long the villain show is going to last.
I think that's got some. That and Mermaid have got some life.
All right.
Sadly, I think they do. I think villains should go when the land opens.
But you think Stunt Spectacular is not on like
I think it
the
draws
alert.
too well. It makes too much money. It sells Indiana Jones merch. I know they're opening a ride, but that thing still packs a house, man.
But couldn't they do anything else that packs the house too? Like, couldn't they have any?
I
other
think they're
kind of
afraid.
entertainment?
I think the ultimate irony is going to be in 10 years when you go to that park, the only thing standing from the original park will be the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. I just think that's where we're headed. Where that, for some reason, I think suddenly there's going to be this guilt in the company where they're going to go, oh man, we really got rid of everything in this park, didn't we? And that's going to be the thing they like fight to hold on to. Well, Gertie's not a ride or attraction. Gertie should just stay. The buildings in that park, other than the arch, have fared pretty decently.
Here is an observation I have about it. There are some backstage buildings that would have to be reworked or whatever, but if you ever wanted to connect Star Wars, you could to over there, right? You could wrap Galaxy's Edge all the way around to where Indiana Jones.
Now you have to go around Monsters Inc. because
And
you've
then
decided to do
you
that.
could. Well, now you do have to go around it, but the backstage there, I think there's space to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's.
I don't think yet. I think Beauty and the Beast is. I think that's the most endangered thing at studios right now. At least
You're probably
that's how
right.
it feels.
You're probably
Might
right.
be the only thing it's. Oh, Vacation Fun, and I think Frozen. I think both of those are getting a little.
No,
long
they
in the
got to
tooth.
leave Frozen.
How-
They got to leave it.
How long are you gonna have a sing along to that movie for?
I mean, you can add different songs and change it up.
From what?
There's gonna be like 19
you could
Frozen
update it,
movies.
but it didn't get updated. Like Frozen 2 didn't stick. The odds that Frozen 3's music is going to stick in the same way are astronomical. So I don't think that lasts forever.
I just think
that
the reason they
building-
didn't change it is because kids love that music. Look,
It's a
Beauty and the
great
Beast,
show.
Beauty and the Beast is way older, and it's
kept-
still hanging on with its own sing along. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not even good, but it doesn't have live performers.
I
I
don't
guess
know.
that's
It kept a lot of the Streetmosphere people employed, which makes me very happy. And they steal the show. I see viral clips of them all the time, which
They're
puts a
hilarious.
smile on my face. That they're still, even though
Please
it's a
don't
different
go away.
format, but still doing their thing.
I'm
I
not even a Frozen guy. I just know that show brings a lot of joy to a lot of people. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I think that and Vacation Fun got to go at some. If I was
Vacation
pressed,
Fun, yeah.
if I was pressed to pick the next thing that's got to go away at Hollywood studios, I would have said Star Tours a couple years ago, but it really feels like they're not pushing for it.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That's
There's
the
still
next
a
thing I'm
weird.
gonna cry
There's
about.
still a weird Star Wars continuity problem at Hollywood
absolutely.
studios, and
Yeah.
they've got to find a cure.
But
for
now
it.
that they're putting Grogu and the Mandalorian in Galaxy's Edge, it stands to reason that there's no good reason to keep Star Tours, because Star Tours' whole reason was, well, everything we can't put in Galaxy's Edge, we could put in Star Tours. But now if that's no longer the case, then why do you need Star Tours? That's going to break my heart. That's the one thing still standing in that park they could close that I would be upset. Well, Tower, but I think it's safe now. I think Tower's the one where the line was drawn by WDI and everyone else. And so it's you don't
Can't get rid of
you
the
don't
tower.
touch it, you don't look at it, stay away.
Unless you would like to build a Hollywood Tower hotel behind it that is
Attached in a bar and a themed bar,
Yeah.
go for it. But leave the ride alone.
Correct. All right, Animal Kingdom. I mean, it's kind of everything is feeling kind of safe because there's too much going on there. They got rid of stuff to be a bug. They're getting rid of all the stuff in Dino Land.
Kali River
Dinosaur.
Rapids.
Kali River Rapids. I mean,
There's a giant expansion pad behind it.
is there really? Isn't it?
So it's time for a lesson, Eric.
Oh, please.
When Animal Kingdom was being designed, there were a lot of budget cuts. Kali River Rapids was supposed to be double the length. It's
Yeah,
supposed
it
to be
is
called
short.
Tiger River Rapids. You'll see a giant plot behind the ride. It's kind of a grass patch. It's been left empty. It was supposed to be double the length and way more expensive, and they budget cut it down to half. And so there's a giant grass plot behind Kali River Rapids that's not used. Did you find it?
There's a road. There's a service
no.
road there. Wait.
No, it's very clearly a patch of grass. There it is.
Oh, that's not part of the safari.
Look how big it is.
That's
It's bigger
gigantic.
than the ride that exists. You wouldn't even know because you would think that's just a big open field. No, that's the expansion pad. That was supposed to be the rest of that
Yeah, it's
ride.
massive. It's massive.
Yeah. That's why I think Kali, the amount of money they spend on maintenance, it doesn't, other than the summer, it doesn't draw particularly well. I don't know what's going to,
But do you think it's on the kill list?
I think so. I think that's the next reasonable. I know people say Planet Watch, but I think to get out to Planet Watch, you have to start to build in that direction. I don't think the train is always going to be the answer. I think they have to keep building stuff that goes back that far.
Yeah.
And maybe Zootopia will go back there too. Who knows? I don't know. I think it's fun. Look, I want the Lion King thing to be exclusive to Paris. I really want them to have a thing that is all their own. But Lion King is begging to be a thrill ride, and it doesn't have to be a log flume. Come up with something else, maybe. But I think a big Lion King attraction the next 10, 15 years at Disney World makes too much sense.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Kali, maybe Nemo, that's feeling real long in the tooth, even with that weird little update.
The new show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think anything in a theater is always in danger of, not in danger, but anything in a
easy to
theater
switch.
is always subject to the whims of,
Yeah.
of budgets and things like that, of coming up with something that's either cheaper or that is a franchise that they feel like they can get more out of by having a live show,
Yeah.
something new, something fresh. You never know.
Lion King 1.5.
What?
Lion King 1.5.
Lion King.
Katie
1.5.
wants a Lion King 1.5 thing. But I think Kali, I think thankfully the bird show like reverted for the most part.
I like the
Because that
bird
would,
show.
if Up a Great Bird Adventure had survived or whatever it was called, then that would absolutely be number one on this list. But that,
Feathered Friends in Flight. good
yeah,
stuff?
which is considerably better than the Up show.
Yeah.
And that was a bad, and people. I can't believe how many people come out now and they're like, "This is the worst era of Disney. Things are still going downhill." And I'm like, just sitting here today recapping what happened in those 5 years up to COVID. Like, think about, we just died
Chapek was
hysterically
running
from the
parks,
EPCOT
yeah.
stuff. That Up Bird show was atrocious, and they tried to fix it like 3 times and could not. I mean, no matter how you feel, like look at what Disney Live Entertainment has pumped out, with the exception of, I'm not a big fan of Starlight, but I think the Villain show is considerably, it's way more competent. It's a better show.
Mermaid show is way
Mermaid, they did a great job. They've had several wins, and they had 0 wins in that period. So we're in a, even as much as I don't think the Zootopia show has thematic integrity, it's still at least better in quality than a great many things from that era.
All right. Well,
What else do you think?
I don't
thematic?
really. I
Anything
think
else?
we're kind of reached the end of like the things that are the most in danger, unless you're talking about things that are in resorts, which everything's always in danger when it comes to resorts.
Oh, let's do that.
Oh, no.
Let's do a quick. Well,
needs to be
Polynesian's
very
all
quick.
dead. Fort's dead. They just leveled the Grand.
I am worried about what they're going to be doing to the entirety of the boardwalk area. Right? There's a lot of
space.
there's a lot of people vacating space.
You know what needs to go on this list? Atlantic Dance.
Yeah, Atlantic Dance. That's
Atlantic
probably in
Dance
danger.
somehow outlived them all.
I think they do a lot of corporate stuff there, so it's
It's
good
an
for them
event
to have
space,
something they can monetize there. But I agree
Sure.
with you. But if you go to the boardwalk, it's very clear that like there's something's going on.
Well,
They're
Jelly
clearing
Rolls
out a
was
lot
on
of
purpose.
tenants.
Jelly
Yeah.
Rolls was on purpose. Big River Grill was not.
Right.
So Jelly Rolls is supposed to be the jazz club. Big River Grill just
I still
happened
don't
to
understand
leave.
it. They have a jazz club.
Yeah.
There's already a jazz club at Walt Disney World.
I don't
A
know.
really good one.
Jelly Rolls, I think, had its share of problems. There was a police presence fairly often in that area.
I paid him $12 to play Brown Eyed Girl, and he sat on it for an
And
hour.
of course, Disney can close it before 2 a.m., so
Yeah.
that's probably better for them.
I think Boardwalk is in trouble. Something big is, or not trouble, but I mean, if you're there at the Boardwalk, they might be.
It's not gonna
They
be
might
what it
have a
was.
new vision that doesn't include you
But the nanny chairs survived.
so far.
No, they did the remodel inside. The nanny chairs lived. And they survived that coffee shop. That's still the
Okay,
worst.
please,
That's,
no. I don't
that
wanna
is
talk
the
about the
worst thing of the
damn
Chapek
coffee
era was
shop.
that coffee shop. That coffee shop and the weird picture, the weird selection of photography that was put on the walls. The worst. Yeah.
Also, I think that Bellevue has gotten better recently.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't been in a while.
It just seems like their cadence is better. Like the bartenders are they have really good bartenders at Bellevue. But it used to be like they'd send one out there and they couldn't keep up. And now there's a good steady clip of really good bartenders.
Did you see what happened to Martha's Vineyard?
No.
We have to go. I'll talk to you.
Did
off
they
the air
add
about it.
televisions?
I can't say it on the air because we haven't reported it yet. I'll tell you off the air about it.
Okay. This will air tomorrow. Sometimes we record a week or two ahead of time. We've got to record another one this week because we're both going to be on the Destiny a week from tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So we got to find time this week to
Never
record another
ends.
episode. It never ends. When you're in the content game, it never ends. See? All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you. And this show took so long that I'm really thankful that this Dairy Milk Biscoff bar by Cadbury came with a resealable package. It helps keep it fresh so you can have it later, like after a long podcast or a long day at the office. Pick it up at your favorite grocer. Also, you can go to Carousel.
My fist is out of soda.
You can go to carouselofproducts.com for the best products in the world. The Galactic Lounge Singer, he's here. We have a few.
No longer pre-order.
No longer pre-order, full order. We have some available still, even if you missed the pre-order. Gertie is on her way. She is stateside. Can we say that?
She's in customs. Yeah,
stateside and customs.
Our limited edition of 250, counting down to extinction, dinosaur farewell pin set. We have very few left, so please hurry. And then, I think at the end of the podcast, I think we should show the teaser for our next Magnet of the Month.
Magnet of the Month Club.
Eric's favorite.
Some people already have them, right? We shipped them out on Friday.
Some people have them, but I try not to ruin.
But we're not going to ruin it.
Don't say in the comments yet.
Maybe tomorrow or Wednesday or something.
Sometime later in the week, we'll tell people what it is. But
guess what our
we
magnet
like you to get
is
the
this
surprise. Month. You know, I do want to see if anyone in our Wigs chat had it, but I don't think they did yet. So
because you know what our motto is.
What's our motto?
We do the things to make money so that we can make the commercial for the things that we want to make commercials for. That it really rolls right off.
It's we generate revenue to pay for the commercials for the thing that generated the revenue.
Right.
That's what it is.
That's how we do things around here.
We're the worst business to ever function.
Please click like, please click subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the WDW News Today podcast.
It's clobbering. Oh no, see you real soon.